everyone to our press conference event. I want to start off first by letting the media know and everyone else in the room that Coach Quinn Sanders has accepted a position with Northern Illinois University as their offensive coordinator. Congrats to him. He did an amazing job over the years for us, the last 3 years, and has been with us for a long period of time. So congratulations, Coach Quinn. And so moving on from there, the president and I always work together as we are working on searches to hire new coaches. And, you know, sometimes we decide that we're going to do a national search. I think with the last couple of seasons that we've had, where, you know, in this season going undefeated, and then on top of that, last 2 seasons of making it to the playoffs, there's only about 28 schools in the entire country that make the playoffs in football. It's not like 64 like you have in basketball, volleyball, and some other sports. So it's not an easy thing to do, and so we knew there would be a lot of interest in this position. I also always have a short list of people that I want to talk with. Some of them are former coaches of ours that I thought did a great job, and maybe they've moved on to another school. And then there are times where there are people on our own staff that I think rise to the top. And so in having those conversations with the president, both he and I 100% agree that we have someone right here on staff that can lead this football program and keep us moving in the right direction. And that person is Mike Tesh. So before I bring Mike up, I'm going to bring our president, Dr. Marty Roth, up to speak to everyone. I want to tell you that it is one of the best parts of my job is getting to work with our president, Dr. Roth, because he just gets athletics. I'm going to give you an example. So a couple weeks ago, our soccer team is playing in the semifinals of the national soccer tournament. Marty and his wife Lynn on a Thursday drove 4 hours to Charlotte to watch our team play. We won that game. He had some meetings back here in Charleston on Friday, drove back for those meetings, got back in the car, you know, early Saturday morning, drove back to watch us play in the national championship game. I can tell you there's not very many presidents that do that. So we're really lucky to get to work with someone that cares about athletics and gets what we do. And so at this time, it is my privilege to invite our president, Dr. Marty Roth, to the podium.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for being here. Quinn, thanks so much for the great work you've done as an alumnus and great coach for the University of Charleston. Wish you the best for you and your family moving to an even colder spot than Charleston, West Virginia. But, you know, Brett and I spend a lot of time in deliberating when we get the bittersweet news that one of our coaches is going to be moving on and trying to figure out who's going to be the best fit for the University of Charleston. And there's always some guiding principles that help any organization. And for us, it's our 3 core values, which are student focus, quality, and integrity. And as we started to look at potential candidates, folks we already knew very well, it was very clear that Mike Tesh just bubbled up to the top on those 3 characteristics. Exceptionally student focused. We know our student athletes really like Mike. They like being coached by him. Most importantly, they like being led by him. And he's the kind of guy that leads not only by word, but by example. Great, exceptional football quality. We want somebody who's going to be able to take our student athletes and enable them to perform at the very highest level. And you'll have an opportunity to look at Mike's resume, and he has coached lots of different places, lots of different areas of responsibility. This is the time for him to take over as the head coach of a major football program. And then integrity. I want to make sure that every one of our coaches is going to do an exceptional job representing their students, representing the University of Charleston, and representing our city. As we know, the city really rallies around Golden Eagle Athletics, and of course, Golden Eagles football. So couldn't be happier to have Mike Tesh take over the reins of such an exceptional program, and we're looking forward to more great things for UC football. Great to have you on board, Mike.
So we're excited about Mike. He's been here as a student. He was here as a coach with Pat Kirkland, spent the last 3 years as a coach with Quinn Sanders. He and Quinn are super tight. I think Quinn calls them, we're boys. It's something that he has mentioned over time. And he knows how we do things here, and I know he's going to do a great job. I believe we have a program here that can win a national championship. We've won national championships in men's soccer in 2017, 2019, played in the championship game this year. And football is tough to get in there, but I really do believe we have the athletes, many of which are in the back of the room, along with some of our coaches. We have what it takes to be able to win a national championship right here at the University of Charleston, and I feel like it's going to happen, and I'm excited to have Mike as the leader to hopefully make that happen for us. So I don't want to put too much pressure on him. He doesn't have to win it in his first year, but maybe year 2, right? But I know he's going to do great things. So it is my honor to introduce to all of you the University of Charleston's next head coach, Mike Tesh.
Thank you for the kind words. Thank you for the warm reception. As always, I always give thanks to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. The next person I would like to thank is my wife, just for the support. She has given me these last 5 years now, 3 relocations, and after this press conference, we're going to the hospital to have our first child, so it's definitely a big day today. Thank you. Also like to thank Dr. Roth, Dr. Stevens for giving me this opportunity. Not only just giving me this opportunity, but giving me their trust to lead this great program forward. We've got a lot of great things that have been accomplished, so I'm excited for the opportunity to keep it moving forward. Next, I want to thank Coach Sanders just for everything he's done for me and our friendship. And seeing him move on is going to be tough, but I know what's ahead of him is just nothing but pure greatness, and that's probably the toughest part about this right now. Lastly, just want to thank the players here at the University of Charleston, just earning their trust. And I got a warm reception upstairs when I was announced, and nothing's really meant more to me than just seeing how they reacted, when I became their head coach. And I'm going to have another great honor later this afternoon, hopefully later tonight. So it's definitely been an overwhelming day to a certain extent, but earning their trust means a lot to me, But, as we move into a new era of football here at the University of Charleston, the foundation's been built, the goals are set, and the standards have been laid out. But the pursuit of perfection and greatness, it knows no end. Here, to get to that perfection, we're going to obsess over the process and continue to overly obsess over the process to pursue the perfection we strive for each and every day as a football program that we set out for 3 years ago when we started this journey together. Moving forward, okay, we'll continue to move on and build on what we've been building, these last 3 years, along with finding new ways, all right, to set us apart and to get us to where we want to go, to where we haven't gone yet, all right. To go to the football program moving forward, all right, we're going to recruit, retain, and develop like no other. We're going to turn young men, all right, into young grown adults. We're going to turn game changers into life changers, that when they move on from the University of Charleston, people will know that they played football here, that their impact will be felt because they played football at this great university. The standard hasn't changed. Nothing changes about what we're trying to accomplish here, all right? Some people moved around a little bit, but a lot of crazy things can happen here, working here at times. Nothing bad. Me and Coach Sanders have had a lot of different experiences here together, building this program. But one thing I always told them is the sun always shines on Charleston football, and that will never change. Not today, tomorrow, or forever. And one of my favorite quotes from Coach Kirkland, he did a lot for me. There's only one team in Charleston, and that will stay the same.
Taylor, thanks for the question. I will say that for me, over the years, I've really changed my thoughts on how we hire someone here at UC. I used to be really wrapped up on how many wins did they have beforehand, what levels have they coached at, were they a D1 assistant. Over the years, I've really come to realize that really doesn't matter. It is really about picking someone with high emotional intelligence, right? And so as I had conversations with each of the candidates that, we talked with, and had some, private conversations, we had some in-person meetings, and in the end, Mike, as Dr. Roth said, bubbled to the top because he is someone of high character, and, he's very self-aware, he has great impulse control. He understands what it takes to lead the program, and I just feel really comfortable. And I'm just going to say this, I like him a lot, And if you really like, and then you come to love the people that work for you, Quinn and I had a phenomenal relationship together over the years, and I'm looking forward to Mike and I really building ours to become even closer. And that's what I talked to him on the first day I had him in my office, is I said, I really look forward to our partnership going forward. Thanks for the question.
One follow-up to that.
Sure.
Obviously, Quinn won the Northern Illinois. Pat recently joined Bridgewater's staff at WVU. I mean, what does that tell you about the UC football program? I mean, you have produced high-level coaches. Obviously, Dwayne going to Youngstown State as well. What does that tell you about the UC football program and what's been able to be developed over the years?
Well, it would be nice if people quit stealing our coaches, but I also understand that they've come to respect our program. They respect our athletes. They respect the people that we have on staff and how we do things at UC. So I think it's, a feather in the cap of everybody in the room and our president as well when our people do get hired away for, top jobs. And those are life-changing jobs, right? Life-changing money in some of these positions. And so I wish we could pay that, but we certainly can't. We do our best to make things as positive and to try to keep our people as long as we can. But, for someone to, make, that kind of money as some of these coaches are now making, we got Chris Grassi down at Marshall making several $100,000 a year. That's life-changing money, especially here in West Virginia. So I feel, good that they have those opportunities.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
If anything, did you learn from Coach Sanders about being a head coach, being able to run a program? Because it'll be first time at this level for you.
Just being willing to delegate, being willing to let some things go. He was great about, building relationships with the players, and putting players first. And that'll be our, our number one priority, moving forward, is just being able to put players first. And, sometimes just being willing to put the football things aside. That's the toughest thing to do as a coach, is just kind of let the X's and O's go and the actual physical coaching aspect go. But, he was able to do that, delegate, and, allow the other coaches to grow. And that's why we're able to, keep moving forward, seamlessly with him moving on.
You mentioned retention of players, especially in this new world of collegiate athletics.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your sales pitch to guys that you are trying to retain? I mean, obviously, you guys have built a really successful program over the last couple of years, but what's that sales pitch to try and retain kids here in Charleston?
I think the biggest thing is just the consistency in winning. We're 21-3 over the last 2 years, and when you go into that aspect of the portal nowadays, you don't know what you're going to get. We've had players leave, move on to higher levels, and some of them have called wanting to come back, and I think that says a lot about what we've been able to build as a program. You know what you got here. You know these coaches are going to take care of you. You know your coaches here care about you. You know the school cares about you, and I think that's the biggest thing, is that we always try and sell these guys to keep them here. We have a lot of really good players that can do a lot of great things on the football field, and I think the biggest thing too is the camaraderie that's been built. These guys, they love playing for each other. At the end of the day, they're willing to do anything and sacrifice anything for each other. And, just being able to build that over these last 3 years, I think it says a lot. And I think we've been able to keep some great players, some that are in this room right now, because of, that camaraderie we've had.
From a staff perspective, what's that going to look like? Obviously, that's probably at the top of your to-do list along with the players, but what's the staff going to look like, and what's the timetable with that?
Right now, we're moving along. We got to replace what I'm doing, where I was on the assistant, coaching, that spot. But as far as right now, we're moving along. I know our players trust our coaches that we have right here. This is probably one of the best years I've ever had in college football, 12 years doing it, in terms of just staff camaraderie, of, guys working together, willing to do what it takes to win, putting the ego aside and just doing what we need to do for what the players need. And so right now, we're, as soon as we were done meeting with Dr. Stevens earlier, we went right back just talking about our recruiting visit this weekend and some of our workouts. I think, a lot of us, we had a pretty good idea, things were going to stay the same. So, once word kind of came down, we just kind of kept it moving. So right now, we're going to keep moving as is and just keep pursuing what we're trying to achieve.
You mentioned 12 years as an assistant. Now this is your first head coaching
Yes.
gig. Why now? Why become a head coach now with everything that is going on in collegiate athletics?
'Cause I had a kid on the way. No, I just, I mean, I love football. I love it. I've done some crazy things to be a coach, I got some crazy stories just from coaching junior college level for so many years. Just some other stops. I mean, I just love football. I don't want to ever do anything else. I think, being able to minister to kids through this game, there's, nothing that compares to it. I promise you. So.
And then last one for me, what are people going to expect whenever they do see University of Charleston football and on the field whenever you guys do begin fall camp and eventually start the season?
A lot of what you've seen, hopefully just, we're going to be as physical as they come. I think everywhere I've been as a coordinator, we've established the run. We've run the ball all over people everywhere I've been. I coach wide receivers. They're the toughest wide receivers that you can ask for because they know what we want to do. They know where it all starts. And, we've been great on defense these last 2 years. We've been great running the ball these last 2 years. We got some great explosive players on the perimeter that, can really, help that run game, stay consistent. And, that's what it was. And we're just going to be explosive and physical. We want to, when teams leave, right, we want to beat teams so bad that they're going to lose the next week because of how beat up they are, right? That's our plan, So, the kids know what it is when the Black Air Forces come on, so.
Do we have any other questions for Coach Mike? Yes, Quinn.
How do you feel about a Bostonian working with New York? How is that going to work?
I'm going to answer that. So the day that I did offer Mike the job, one of the things as we were wrapping up, he says to me, I never really thought an athletic director from Boston would hire this guy from New York because he knows I'm a Red Sox fan. So is Lynn Roth in the back of the room. Woohoo! She's a Tufts graduate. So having another Yankees guy was really tough to stomach. I'm not going to lie about that. And I already got Todd Dugood, our senior associate AD, who is a Yankees guy. So we will probably have some good battles, Quinn. Thanks for bringing that up. But we know, Lynn and I know who the best team is. So there we go. He wants to stay on my good side.
Correct.
Any other questions? If you guys want to individually talk with Mike, feel free to come up. If there's something else that you want to, get to ask, or you need some different pictures, just let Louisa know. We're happy to accommodate all of that. And I want to thank the football players in the back of the room. We love you guys. An amazing year. Our coaching staff in the back of the room, they are amazing, and the hours that they put in, like when I tell you in the fall that they are here 60, 70 hours a week, that is not an exaggeration. They come in bright and early in the morning, they coach their practice, they come back in the evenings watching film, they work a lot of hours, and I'm grateful to have such dedicated football coaches on our staff. So thank you to the coaches.